Hi, I'm Martine from Martini Mornings. You're on MoodFoodRadio.com, and we are about to interview live Daniel Turner, who has just released a fabulous new album, and we are just waiting for him to come live on now. We've just been chatting on Instagram, so we'll wait for him for a few moments. You might have known that he did release his single from the album last week, and it has done brilliantly well. We've got all the links in the comments so you too can enjoy it. Here he is. Hello, Daniel. How are you?
Hello.
How fabulous to see you again.
You too. I had a little bit of a quick wardrobe change.
You did. Now, wow, you look so fabulous with this is kind of reminiscent of what you were wearing on the album cover.
It is. It's the same outfit. I was like, team with the theme.
The theme. Well, I love it. You've done really well. Well, welcome to Mood Food Radio, Martini Mornings, live on Facebook. Now, for the folks that don't know, we have actually been chatting on IGTV for the last half an hour and chatting all things about your fabulous new album that was released today. So congratulations.
Thank you. It still feels very surreal.
I can't imagine what the feeling is like, to be honest. Now, only last week you released the single of the album, Back to Me, and it has done fabulously in the charts. And only this morning you got some fabulous feedback as well. So, you must be running on a high.
I am. I didn't really get a lot of sleep last night, I must say. But
I can imagine. So it's been a while since the last time we chatted with you. And in fact, I think the last time we chatted, you might have been Amy.
yes, I think I was. No, actually, I think I was me, but I was doing somebody else's music, not my own.
I think, yes, of course. And I mean, that shows just the diversity of you as an artist, that you do work with so many other people doing lots of other things. But this album, this is your own. Is this something that you have worked on from songwriting, composing, producing, and everything?
There has been a couple that I have worked with other people, other producers, but majority has been myself. Over the last 2 years, I really dug deep and explored my sounds, and I don't know, I've really enjoyed the process of this album. Like, as you know, like, there was a lot of times there I was even like, is it ever going to happen? Because I really wanted to release it last year, but due to the COVID impact, and I was just like, it wasn't the right time. And then I released it today, and we're on lockdown again.
Oh, well, a few people are putting two and two together, Dan, because I think your tour with Amy last year came to a sudden halt with COVID back in March. And now, I mean, your gig cancelled this weekend to launch this. So fortunately, we then get to chat with you. But I mean, that must be disappointing.
It is. Like, even like tonight, we were supposed to be doing this together in the same room. Like,
yes, but no, we can't otherwise. Yeah. So tell me, you owe me one. Yeah, in a room by ourselves together. Tell me, in the last year that we saw you last, looking at other people's work as Amy, I'm just listening to the album today while we were, we listened to it and then, had it in the background as we often do, because that's the kind of easy, listening that you do have. But there's been some kind of manifest, some kind of journey, some kind of changes with you.
There has. It's been quite a few.
And I'm actually I'm interrupting you now, but there's some fabulous here. This is actually the new film clip, which is Back to Me. That was, well, choreographed by you, really put together. But I understand Darren J. Burns of, and I'm going to get this wrong, is it Australian Action Productions?
Action Productions Australia.
Action Productions Australia. There you go. He actually was the videographer, produced it, and post-production as well. What a fabulous, fabulous piece of work.
Darren is a master at what he does, I have to say. Like, we did that video, I believe it was a Saturday morning, and by midnight Saturday night, I had the finished video. It was like...
That's just incredible, isn't it? Yeah. And it's such an easy, you know, it relates so well to your workmanship of the songwriting, the composing of the songs, and you know, your delivery. It's amazing in there that it tells the story of, you know, in the beginning, there is a lot of, and you're very, you know, you can see there's a shift, there's a change in your life to where you're talking about getting back to me, which I'm reading between the lines here. There's been a bit of a journey. Can you tell us about the journey?
There has. Well, the single Back to Me was originally written as a middle finger to a certain person in my life. But
oh my goodness.
Coming to the release and reevaluating everything with this album, it was more of a message to the inner demons in myself of like, I finally let them go and I'm finally free of their inhibition, and I'm doing what I want to do now. I'm not doing what this person says, that person says. I'm back to the person that I've always wanted to be.
It's back to you.
Back to me.
That's just fabulous. I love that concept. And I think so many people could resonate with this story that you're telling. I mean, you know, there's so much to unpack there in terms of, you know, is it a coming of age? So many people have felt the same way during COVID as well, is that, you know, that stripping down yourself to see, you know, what is important in your life, who is important in your life. And I think that, you know, this journey that you're taking us on with this song, but in particular the whole album, is so relatable to all of us. So thank you for putting the words together and singing it to us.
Thank you. The whole album definitely is, start to finish, it's a story. Like, the whole album as a whole tells, yes. I think it really tells the story of the last 2 years perfectly. That's exactly what I wanted.
Now, I wanted alert people to when you're making tea here, because Darren was also very clever in, oh, you're having the tea there, I should have my tea. I'll call someone to get it. in the film clip, you're drinking this fabulous raw tea, and then you make an advertisement out of that for Chemist Warehouse, Raw, Roche Foundation, etc., which is, you know, killing two birds with the one stone, really. And I love it that you are then sharing this incredible weight loss journey that you've had. Tell us about this.
Well, Raw Essentials Tea, I was introduced to it because I'm a huge fan of the Real Housewives of Melbourne.
Yes.
And Janet Roach, who's the founder of the tea with her son Jake, like, it was shown on the show and the whole process of start to where they got to in the last season of it. And I just really wanted to try something that, I don't know, the slim tea is the one that I'm the most, like, I stand by that slim tea. And
wow.
I personally think that I owe a lot of my weight loss that I've, like, done over the last 12 months to that tea, I believe. And I don't know, it was just it's been a big game changer. It really has. It keeps me feeling motivated and energized, and I don't really crave the whole sugar, and then that's what it's supposed to do. And I've never really tried something that's done that before.
I love that because I don't think too many people marketing a product can actually say that they've got such a personal connection with that product. So, I mean,
And one thing I'll say, well, like, I'm not being paid to say any of this. Like, that's just legit my story.
yeah, yeah, that's absolutely fabulous. Well done for that. And of course, you know, as you do become an artist and an influencer, you do have lots of people knocking on your door. So for you to endorse something is, you know, it has to be the right fit for you. Daniel,
Exactly.
we're looking at some oldies but goodies here. Now, is this a Darren Burns production as well? Because you have such a strong history and relationship with him as a videographer, post-production.
This one I did myself, actually. But Darren and I have personally, we've done 9 videos as a combination now over
Yes.
6 years.
Hmm.
But yeah, there
So
was
where
a few.
do we see these?
Pardon?
Where can we find these videos?
YouTube. They're not so much on my YouTube channel. They're on Darren's because I kind of disconnected myself from the Turner and Daniel Turner. Because I started as Daniel Turner and then had this epiphany of like, oh, I need to break away from that. I don't want to be that person. I want to be this artist. And I liked the fact that even though it's still part of me, the Turner, it sort of separates Daniel Turner from Turner. I needed to do that so I can be Daniel at home, but Turner on stage and when I'm doing this.
I love this. So tell me more about how Amy fits in to all of this, because so many of your fans know you, will know your alter ego as Amy, Amy Winehouse, who you actually really morphed into something more than Amy Winehouse, something that you really owned and brought to life in talk show, as a talk show host with a conversation with Amy, but also you sang some absolutely delicious songs, originals as well as covers with her that you know went through the roof in terms of the charts. How much was Amy's, you know, this alter ego of yours that is coming out in this fabulous new album now?
Well, stepping into somebody else's shoes per se, because I don't wear heels in everyday life, but stepping into somebody else's shoes for a moment gave me a lot of time to reflect on the person that I was underneath it all.
Yes.
And like don't get me wrong, I loved every moment of doing Amy. It only ended because of a lot of bullshit, I may say, behind the scenes. And I didn't like that it was affecting people that were a part of my show. And like, it was just, that's not how I roll. So that's one of the reasons I've sort of stepped away. Plus, I'm really enjoying having a beard. So like, you can't be a drag queen with a beard.
Get away with Amy with a beard, really.
More than likely. Amy seemed to have got away with a lot of things that Daniel never did.
and they loved her even more. Every time you pushed her to the edge, people just loved it. And if I can, you know, fill people in with that background, there was unfortunately a lot of trolling in the background that became very, very nasty, very serious. And then, of course, quite heartbreaking when you realised who the trolls were in the industry. I mean, that was just so disappointing. But at the same time, I hear so much growth from you in terms of you, you know, being a caterpillar, getting into that cocoon, and then, you know, showing us these beautiful wings and you're flying around.
Thank you. I feel that way. I feel I've had a massive rebirth. I feel like a completely changed human being, inside, out, mentally, like in so many levels of my life. I just feel 2020 was a curse and a blessing. Like, it was a curse because it stopped so much from happening. But I think I needed that downtime to really find who I was as a human being. Yes,
yeah. And tell me, because you can really feel that journey going through the album. We've been dancing to the album all day today, but you can hear this fabulous journey you know, there's heartbreak in there, but there's hope as well. And one of those, if I can bring you to that, is this beautiful little girl who blossomed into your life. I don't know, was it a year ago?
It was a year ago now, crazily enough.
Tell us about this little ray of sunshine.
Miss Poppy, she's literally the apple of my eye, and I don't think I've ever loved another human being the way that I love that child. She's just, she's truly the biggest blessing I think I don't even think I know. Like, she's the biggest blessing in my life. She's completely changed everything about my whole direction and my whole aim in life. She's given me someone to make proud and to also be proud of themselves.
I love that. That's so fabulous. So this little girl that came into your life, how old is she now?
She's one. She was 1 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. How fabulous. And of course that you've, well, I'm going to say dedicated, but dedicated isn't the word, because in the song P.S. I Love You, you know, every fibre of every sentence, every word in there is just a homage to this precious little ball of love. That is wonderful. And if you don't mind, you did send me a snippet of the film clip that you're going to release. When are you going to release the film clip?
Well, I'm going to be releasing it the 3rd of August because that's the day of my grandfather, his birthday. He raised me, so I'm kind of doing something similar in raising a child that's not biologically mine, but I treat as biologically mine. Like, in my eyes, I don't need my blood in her veins for her to be my daughter.
Yes.
She hands down she's mine. Like, and I'm just, I thought that was a good tribute to both of them.
Oh, absolutely fabulous. Can I show everyone a little clip of the film clip that is of gorgeous Poppy P.S. What does Poppy P.S. stand for?
Poppy Shine, which is her full name.
Poppy Shine. Here she is, here everyone. I mean, just gorgeous, amazing. And another film clip that you are just, you know, shine through again with such narrative and story that's so heartwarming for us. I think that's just, you know, what you have been able to master throughout your musicianship, that no doubt you've been carrying all your life, this storytelling. Yeah,
that's always been my main aim, is to tell my truth through music. I don't want to be writing stuff that I've never lived or feeling. Like, it's bogus to me to be out there releasing music that you haven't experienced yourself. And I love the fact that with this new stuff, like the first single from the album Back to Me, I've had such a response of people being like, that song is so relatable and we really needed to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hey, look, it could be the theme song of everyone's life, to be honest there. Now,
and that's how I feel with the album. I feel that the album is such a message of, you're going to go through bad days, you're going to have shit days, you're going to have, you know, you're going to have so much crap going in life. But as long as at the end of the day you look in that mirror, you love yourself and you're proud of yourself, the bad days mean nothing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now tell me, I would say today was a great day for you in terms of releasing this album finally, because that has been in of itself quite an interesting journey for you again, with COVID hammering us all for the past year. And then, of course, you know, you were supposed to take flight this weekend and we've got COVID knocking a lot of people down, but then we're able to talk in this way as well. But you know, with the release of the album today, tell me about how today is for you.
It's been surreal. I've released several albums in the past and I've never really had a response like I have for this one. So it's been very, especially because it's such an album of meaning to me personally. Like, this is the album I will say that I needed to release for myself more than for anybody else.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I call it my Joanne, which is a Lady Gaga album that she did in between a transition in her life before she did a star. I feel that was the album she needed to do for her own self-discovery, and that's what this album feels to me.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that that connection there. Yeah, I love that. Now, can I show you? I know that you know these have been on socials all day today, but can I show the guys a bit of a clip of some of the celebrities around the place who have wished you well for this album, who've had a spin and thought that they would just get on and let you know. Can I do that? Can I indulge myself here with that? Who is this guy here?
Matt Christie from Conversation on Plenty Valley FM. He's such an amazing person. He's been a huge supporter, and he's interviewed me several times for his program on radio. And
Yes,
I don't know, messages make me really, even just like, I can't like hear them or stuff, but they make me really emotional. It's so nice to know that there's people out there listening and supporting what you do. Like,
yeah, and he's been a supporter the whole way through, and you know it's these people that are real, who look forward to your album coming out, who can't wait to, as on a radio station, get to play it. You know, it's that fan base, that is celebrity fan base, that is, I guess, intriguing for the rest of us, that, you know, that happens as well, that other people are starry-eyed about the work that you put out.
it definitely blows my mind.
Now, tell me, who are these fabulous guys?
That's Alison and Mateo, and they are from... Alison was originally on Adam Lambert's season of American Idol and came 4th place.
Yes.
And
so this
I interviewed... Pardon?
This is from across the pond. It's actually...
yeah. It was... I interviewed both of them on my talk show Conversations.
Yes.
A year ago now. And
Yes.
We've become quite good friends.
That's fabulous. And they are very, they have their own talk show as well. But they are, again, wanting to support artists as artists themselves as well. And I think that that's so important, that there is this community of helping out. Yeah.
Yes, well, like, not saying anything against Australian artists, but Australian artists don't really get behind each other, I've noticed a lot over my years of doing what I'm doing.
Right, yeah. We could do a bit more of camaraderie.
I think so.
Tell me, who is this fabulous person there telling us how fabulous you are?
That's Miss Janet Roach from the Real Housewives of Melbourne and the founder and creator of Raw Essentials Tea. And that message there was just like... that blew my mind. And then she was commenting on all my posts today, saying how she thinks I'm one of the most talented people she's heard in a long time in this country. And that really blows my mind, of someone that is, you know, to me, TV royalty, because I'm obsessed with the Housewives.
Yeah.
And it just blows my mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I can hear, you know, that I was blown away when I saw her give you such a blast about how wonderful the release of the new album was, and you know, in particular the songwriting that you were have come to produce this. So well done all round.
Thank you.
Now, I know it's just released, and I know that you're going to bathe in it for a while and enjoy it, but what's next for Turner? Because I have been stalking you, and I see that you have been doing, you know, putting your toe in quite a few genres. I saw some fabulous jazz stuff, you know, Frank Sinatra. I saw some excellent country music, was just to die for. You're getting out and about and really connecting with music on all levels and of all genres. So can I ask, what's next for Dan?
Well, I've been doing the Homegrown Superstars competition on Instagram, and each week there's a different theme chosen by the winner of the week, and that has really taught me to branch out. But jazz, like you're saying, the Frank Sinatra, and jazz has always been played loudly and proudly in my home. I still play it myself to this day, and I've always wanted to secretly deep down do a jazz influenced album, if not a covers album, an original. So I maybe am in the works of doing a cover / original, either an EP or an album. I'm not 100% sure yet. Knowing me, it'll be an album because I'll just write that many songs I can't choose. But jazz is something I really want to give a try to between chapter 1 and chapter 2 of this.
Well, I can't wait for that. I can't wait. Daniel, it has been wonderful chatting to you. I appreciate your time so much on release day. That's just so special for you to give to us your time. I do hope this lockdown is only short, not just for you, but for all artists out there, so that you can and we can go and enjoy what is just so fabulous that you bring to us to get it live. So fingers crossed. But in the meantime, we can check out lots of interviews that you're doing. We can check out your merch, and of course buy the album. Get it, have it in the background. I love it. I love it.
Make it your anthem of lockdown.
That's it. And you know, and make it your challenge to get back to you. That's what I would love for people to do, is to get back to them like you did. That
was the message that I tried to put out for the album, especially last night. I was like, we're back in lockdown, and I think it's time for, I know it's only 2 weeks, but who knows, it probably will go longer, like last time. But I just say, listen to the album and learn to appreciate and love the person that you are. Because if you can't do that first, then you're never going to be able to do it for somebody else. And I think that's the most important lesson that we need to learn.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, Dan, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing with us the background story behind the album and some of the songs. That is just absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to get my teeth into it, pop it in the car while I'm driving to nowhere, to be honest. And I can't wait to see your tour dates. So we'll all keep that in mind.
I just want to say as well a huge thank you to you for everything, especially over the last, I'll say, like, we've known each other about 4 or 5 years. Yeah. And I think no one has supported me to the degree that you have, even especially this last 6 months especially. It's been, I'm so humbled to call you my friend, and the love I have for you, Martine, like, it's everlasting.
Oh, thank you, darling. That's really sweet. I really, you know, that I really take that on. If I could wear it in a necklace, I would. So thank you for that, my sweetheart.
Maybe we'll get some merch made saying that.
That sounds good. I like that idea. Get back to celebrating the release of the new album. Congratulations again, and we can't wait to see the releases of the other film clips that are just superb as well. So thank you, my lovely.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.